What's up everyone? Today for this video, I'm going to be talking about my first crush ever. To me, it was just so new, and for the first 11 or 12 years of my life, I thought girls were disgusting. Like, do you guys remember that? Do you remember when girls were just gross? It was like boys rule, girls rule, like for the longest time, and then something happened. Just something in my mind just shifted and changed, and my eyes were opened. I had a whole new mindset and just saw things differently, and girls became beautiful and they just started to smell good and just so many things. It was weird, but this was my experience.
I love everything.
I grew up in a cult.
All around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe.
Extremely
It's
weird.
alright. Hush.
I wonder if girls had crushes on me. She is my wife now. I was in love. Growing up in a cult made me think about girls a lot more. Sex isn't real, you guys. So a lot of you guys know I grew up in a cult, and so they were extremely weird about relationships, okay? Like, you would have to watch all of my videos and all of my sister's videos and all of Escaping Polygamy and just everything to even comprehend and fully understand how weird and different and strange all of it was. It was weird. It was different. I didn't understand it. I was this dumb little 12-year-old figuring it all out, okay? And this is how it went for me. And it was a little bit funny, I'll admit, because I was dumb. I didn't know what was going on. It was I just went from like kicking girls to the ground to being like, I want to marry one of them. Like, what? I started handing out pillows left and right. Here you go. Engagement pillows. If you got to watch my last video. Anyways, I think maybe I was a little bit of a weirdo that, I don't know. I wonder if girls had crushes on me. I doubt it, but maybe. Who knows? I doubt any girls liked me back then, but I liked girls. I remember the first time it ever happened for me was in 5th grade. I had a crush on this girl. We'll name her Landria. No, just kidding. I don't know. I'm just not going to give her a name, but she was my first crush ever, and she was in my 5th grade class. And I remember it was something very simple, like I needed a pencil, and I was asking my buddy, Jonathan or whatever, for a pencil, and he was like, dude, I don't got one. And I was like, what the frick, what am I supposed to do? And she like heard us arguing back and forth, and she was like, oh, here you go, here's a pencil. And I was like, whoa. But somehow that made me notice her. And I remember after that moment, I just noticed her way more. And it was like, I kid you not, before she gave me that pencil, I didn't know that she existed. I didn't know her name. I didn't know what she looked like. I didn't know who she was. I just knew she was one of the many girls. But after she borrowed me her pencil, I don't think I ever gave it back, but I was in love. I at least thought I was. It was weird though, because it's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but you have to be like super secretive in the order, but it's like also, at least amongst your friends and certain groups, it's like the coolest thing, and all you want to do is tell them about it and stuff. And it was just so weird, because I literally remember having this conversation with some of my friends where we'd be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I was like, they said we can get married as young as like 12 or 13. I've heard of people getting married as young as 13, and we're gonna be turning 13 next year, so we can probably get married soon, you guys. And then also in that same exact conversation be like, oh, but don't ever tell anybody who you like or any of this, because that's bad. You're not supposed to like girls, you're just supposed to marry them. Like, what? That's our interpretation, my 5th grade brain of mine interpreting and like talking with my friends about it. We literally thought we couldn't like girls and we had to keep it a secret for any crushes that we had, but we were going to marry them in like a year or something. It was weird. I guess we just thought we were just going to marry people that we hated or something, or thought that were just gross. I don't know. I don't fully understand it, but that's basically how my little brain took it in. Anyways, I started liking her, and so I thought I got like super hyped and excited that I finally had a girl that I liked and had a crush on. And I mean, in my head, I also kind of thought that maybe she liked me. So I'm going to tell my friends about it. I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to tell them. Like, this is so cool. I finally have something to talk about. It did not take long though. I started telling my friends, and it was like, we were always like, oh, hush, keep a secret, this, that. Oh, tell me a secret, I'll tell you a secret, exchanging secrets and stuff. Just basically telling each other who we like. I even remember one of the times I was like, oh, I like this girl. And they were all like, what? I like that girl. I was like, what? You can't like that girl. I like that girl. He's like, fine. I'm going to like these 3 girls. These are going to be the 3 that I'm going to marry. So you can't like them, okay? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I just like this girl. And we had those discussions at 12 years old, you guys. So, yeah. That just goes to show how much in the cult they talked about marriage and how important it was and how you have to get married and have to have all these kids and have babies and all this stuff. It's like that was such a big focus and a big topic in the church that we were always thinking about how we were going to have babies. It was weird. Anyways, what else? My first crush ever. Oh, why I ended up in a train wreck is because I couldn't keep my dang mouth shut, and I ended up telling all of my friends, and they told their friends, and it just pretty much everyone knew. And very first, I remember she found out, and I was like, oh. I like held my breath, and I didn't really know why, but I was like, it was like that moment, you know, where it's like when you just can't breathe, you don't know what to do, because like a part of me was like, well, hopefully she likes that I like her, and maybe she'll like me back, or like, who knows, I don't know how she's going to react, what she's going to think about this, and all that. And I was just like, what's going to happen? But all I remember is she didn't really say anything to me. She went, and like, the school day was over, and I went home, and my mom literally came to me right as I get home, and she's like, Eskel, come in my room right now. And I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And she sits me down, and she's like, somebody just called me and told me that you're have a crush or like trying to date this girl or something. And I was like, Mama, no, I promise I would never. But she got so mad at me just for having a tiny little crush on a girl and not doing anything, mind you. I never told the girl. I never like tried to hold her hand, never did anything at all. And she was like talking to me and having this meeting as if I was like, I don't know, kissing her, like just doing all these naughty things with her. And I was like, I didn't do nothing. I'm a little 11-year-old innocent kid, okay? Leave me alone. But she got really mad, and she basically, long story short, said, you are too young to like people. You're not supposed to be around them. Like, there's a reason they separate you from them. All this and that. It was crazy. Whew. Yeah, so what ended up happening is she found out. So she went home, told her parents, and her parents told my parents, and then my mom got mad at me and told me that she told me I can't like girls till I'm older. Like, okay, like, how's that gonna work? Like, whatever. Because she couldn't be like, oh, you can't kiss girls, you're too young, you can't date girls, you're too young, you can't do stuff with girls, you're too young, because I literally wasn't doing stuff with them. So the only thing she could come up with was, I can't even like them. Like, I had to somehow control that part of my brain and just be like, turn that off. Nope. I guess I can only like boys now. Like, what the freak, Mom? Not just my mom, sorry. I mean, this is just something that happened in the group. Like, I'm sure my mom was just as like confused too and didn't know how to handle it, but it's just a weird thing. And then though, what even crazy, like, it wasn't over then. Like, I was super bummed. My mom was mad at me. I was like, what the freak? This sucks. Why can't I keep better secrets and this and that? Whatever. If it taught me anything, it taught me to keep more secrets. I remember going to school the next day, and I was like, oh boy, now I know that she knows, and apparently it seems like she doesn't like it. But then I get to school, and she comes up to me, and I was like, whoa, like, this is bad. Nobody can see us together. I was like freaking out, you guys. But she came up to me, and she was like, I know that you like me, and I don't know if I like you. Like, I'm not sure about it, but all I know is that my daddy says we're too young to like each other, so I'm just going to stay away from you. And I was just like, okay, interesting. And she walked away, and honestly, I don't think we ever had a conversation after that. That was the last thing we ever said to each other. So anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. That's how it was for me. That was my experience with my first crush ever. So I'm curious about the psychology behind it. What age were you guys when your brain shifted and changed to not liking girls or thinking girls were gross to thinking that they were delicious? Sorry. I don't know how to say it. Starting to like girls. How old were you maybe when you got your first boyfriend or girlfriend and started dating? I find it kind of interesting, and this experience for me was just kind of wild and crazy, and I think about it a lot, and it's just weird. So I'm curious how it went for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye. Have a good one. I'm pretty sure by now, if there were any demons in here, my obnoxious voice would scare them away. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. You guys, this is spooky as hell. Oh my goodness. Even just a